The response to any president's address to Congress is challenging. When the post-Trump Republican Party wants to respond, they call on South Carolina's Republican Senator Tim Scott to help the Republican Party shoot themselves in their collective foot, as we can see in his response to Biden's speech.
Nowhere do we need common ground more desperately than in our discussions of race. I have experienced the pain of discrimination. I know what it feels like to be pulled over for no reason, to be followed around the store while I'm shopping. I remember every morning at the kitchen table, my grandfather would open the newspaper and read it, I thought. But later I realized he had never learned to read it. He just wanted to set the right example. I've also experienced a different kind of intolerance. I get called Uncle Tom and the N-word by progressives, by liberals. Just last week, a national newspaper suggested my family's poverty was actually privilege because a relative owned land generations before my time. Believe me, I know firsthand, our healing is not finished. Hear me clearly. America is not a racist country.
And what the fuck did you just say?
Kidding me? Didn't he just say he got pulled over, followed around in a store?
If that's not racism, what the hell is that?
Were they just doing it because you had on the wrong color? Like, I don't understand.
Well, to me, Tim Scott seems like the kind of person who gets an erection whenever he hears a white neighbor yell, "Turn that crap down," to a kid blasting the song "Wet Ass Pussy" out his car speakers.
I hope it's not Sydney's mother's cousin, but like I literally, when I did watch.
You're absolutely correct.
See, how about that? How about that? I turned that. I watched Biden last night, but I couldn't watch that response. I turned it off. I knew I'd see clips later, but I couldn't. I didn't want, because he's a pawn, right? And they're just using him for that purpose, and I couldn't watch it, and I see it now, and this is why I couldn't watch it.
But you see, what he does there is that he tells his supporters and other Republicans that America is not racist, so that makes them feel better about themselves.
Yeah, but I mean, we've heard it before. He's definitely not the only Black conservative that, says these sort of things. And I would actually be okay with him being a Black conservative if he was a Black conservative for, whatever fiscal reasons he needed to be a Black conservative. Right?
Exactly.
I just want to go for the record and say that brother, I really thought that was the brother from Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I really thought it was him. I'm sorry. I just had to say that. He really looks just... No. You got to see the movie. He looked like the dude that was beating on her.
You're right. He totally
looked just like him. I thought it was...
No, he does. He has the round head.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That actor is so much better of a person.
Like, yeah, definitely. That's why I was like, what Steve has black ass doing here talking this shit? No.
Yeah, it is still a level of self-hate for me to watch. The beginning of what he was saying was so incongruent with how he ended. It just didn't make any sense. And so I always am like, oh, is he unwell? Because it just doesn't make sense.